Hi, my name is Jessica Beha, and I am one of the prevention education specialists with Great Rivers Regional System for Addiction Care. And we are continuing our This Is My Story series today. Today we have Leopold with us, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to him. So thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to hearing your story today.
Good afternoon, Jessica. My name is Leopold Brown. Thank you for allowing me to tell my point of view. I have two daughters. One Haley and one Carmen Brown. Both of them were addicted. One was addicted to opiates and one was addicted to alcohol. Um, Carmen, who was addicted to alcohol, did not make it. Her story had a really tragic end, while my other daughter um, has a very happy ending, so to speak, even though her journey in life is not through, but I hope it's a lot better from now on. Um, uh, to start off, both the kids, I divorced from their mother, and I think that had a lot to do with their behavior from there on. Carmen started acting out. She was the oldest. She started acting out. She was addicted to alcohol, vodka. She drank it constantly. I had her in and out of rehab 3 to 4 times. And within days after getting out of rehab, she was stone cold drunk. Um, she was very deceptive. She was a skilled alcoholic. She knew what to say, knew what to do. She knew how to get the alcohol if I didn't enable her to get it. She had ways, people to get it from. Uh, Haley was a little different. I really never knew that she was addicted to to drugs until the very end. Um, she disguised it well, and deep down, I thought that she was a lot stronger than Carmen. I never knew that it would come down to her being addicted to drugs, and that you know her circumstance in life affected her so that she resorted to drugs. I think a lot of the situation um, that both got into, I think it had to do with their peer pressure and their friends, their circle of friends. And Carmen, I'm pretty sure, had a circle of friends that uh, they were college age, high school and college age, and they, typical, teenagers go out and drink. But most of them know when to stop, head home. Carmen took it 20 times beyond that. She started drinking at home. She was hiding bottles, really bizarre behavior. And there's no way of stopping her. Um, Haley, I never saw it. It was subtle. I never knew it until you know, it's like the old adage, you never see the snake until it bites you. Mm, I, very toward the end, I saw her, she had a lot of weight loss. Um, and she had a volatile relationship with her first boyfriend. And I believe that that was a major factor in her abusing drugs to the extent that she did. Um, it's like once you find out that they're addicted, it's a big challenge. It's a, it's a choice between being supportive and enabling. What do you do? As a parent, you can't put them out on the street. There's danger out there. Um, my view was it's better to keep them close, away from certain dangers than others. It's a lesser of two evils. Um, I know both of them. I gave them money to try and support them. Carmen, you know, um, Oh, I need money to eat. God, can you send me money? Can I have money to eat? And I knew deep down where it was going. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, it hits you, it touches your soul when you, because I need money to eat. So I gave her money. Um, Haley to the same extent. But, I thought that she was, Haley, the youngest one, I thought she was more emotionally equipped to handle any situation than the oldest one. I, it caught me totally by surprise, you know. But uh, the oldest one, Carmen, she constantly uh, just went in and out of. I don't think in 10 years she was sober more than maybe 2 to 3 months. You know, if that. She is very deceptive, very skilled, deceptive alcoholic. Um, and she ultimately, I she had a really bad um, person that she, you know, said that she was in love with. Um, he came up and got her. We were living in the big city. I was had her up in an apartment. He came up, took her to Roanoke, Virginia, and he enabled her. You know, giving her alcohol, plying her with alcohol, and I'm not really sure what happened, but I'm sure that in the end, when she was lying unconscious and the EMTs came and picked her up, I'm sure that he's probably to blame for her ultimate death. Um, Haley was a little more. She was she was a little better, if you can say better. Being on being an addict is a little better. Her situation. She eventually went into rehab and became clean and still clean. She's in a very good relationship, very stable. She's got it, um, her life together now, and I'm very proud of her. So that's, it's to all the parents out there. You just never know. Um, Carmen was an in your face addict, and Haley was more of a subtle addict that just caught me by surprise. But eventually, Haley turned out very well, and I'm very proud. Carmen, on the other hand, didn't make it, unfortunately. So that's the pain that I think parents of addicts share. You know.
Mr. Brown, if you could give family members that are going through this, if you could give a mom or a dad one piece of advice, you've had it in two different ways. You've had one that was, like you said, in your face with it, and one that was more kind of closeted with it. If you could give them one piece of advice, what do you think it would be?
That's hard to say. Looking back, with Carmen, the alcoholic, I tried everything to get her to stop. Rehab, just sitting down with her, um, you know, even trying to tell her friends not to give her alcohol, try and control her to a certain extent when you're out. And it's against the law to keep them tied up in their room. So, but it's just hard. It's just, if I had dad, I'd be a billionaire right now. If I could tell them exactly what measures to do. Interdiction, intervention people, they always say, well, here's what you do. Don't enable them. Uh, you know, uh, make them see the light of day. But that's hard when you're the parent and the kids out running the street. You're out looking for them in the city of Philadelphia. Carmen's running around drunk. missing for 2 days. You know, Philly's a mean. There's some mean streets in Philly. It's very dangerous. Um, it's very nerve wracking. So I I really don't know. I can just say that just hang in there. Eventually, things will work out. I lived through it. Carmen's the end result of something good that happened, and um, Haley's the end result of something good that happened, and Carmen's the end result of something bad happening.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling sometimes to think that, you know, here are your two daughters, and this is you have one that is doing well. Haley works with us. We get the privilege of calling Haley a coworker, and then one that was succumbed to her disease, and so it's heartbreaking, but it's also encouraging at the same time. As we're talking about the This Is My Story series, and we're offering that hope and um, that hope and that belief that recovery is possible. And while it may not have happened for Carmen, it did happen for Haley. And Haley is living proof that recovery is possible. She messaged me and said, "My dad wants to tell his side of the story." And I said, "That's awesome." And so, to be able to hear her story and then to be able to hear your story. And I just really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to talk and to hear your story. And is there any final thing that you'd like to say before we finish up today?
Oh, just Haley, hang in there. You're doing wonderful.
She is. She is. We are very proud of her, and I'm sure you are too. And so we want to thank you again for sharing your story. And if you are a family member of someone who has a substance use disorder, or maybe you're a family member of someone who's in recovery and you want to tell your side of the story, to talk about the struggles, to talk about the things that have gone on, please reach out to us. Maybe you're someone who is in recovery and you yourself want to tell your story of hope and to show that people do recover, then again, reach out to us. We are going to continue our This Is My Story series. We have been so excited and so blessed to be able to talk to some amazing people over the last few weeks and months. And we just, again, Mr. Brown, we want to thank you again for joining us today. And we look forward to many more This Is My Stories going forward.
Well, I'd like to say thank you to you, and thank you for all the work that you do, because you are the lifesavers there. Your organizations saved Haley, and there's thousands of more out there to be saved, if not millions. Trust me.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you
Absolutely.
for all that you do.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. We really appreciate it. And like I said, be on the lookout for additional This Is My Story series. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.